God uses plain old ordinary people. He uses people just like me and you.
I would like to introduce you to the spotlight of phenomenal women on the dais, and to spotlight them. They have such a set of impressive benchmarks and have made outstanding inroads toward the holistic health and prosperity of today's woman, their families, and certainly their communities. And we celebrate them. We celebrate their accomplishments, and we certainly celebrate the generosity of spirit of these stellar women.
Pleasant good afternoon to you all. It's certainly my honor and my privilege to be here on this historic occasion. Whenever we come together for this particular project, I believe it's 11 years, it's a historic occasion because we are showing continuity in our commitment to the growth and development of our communities nationally.
It gives me great pleasure to stand before you representing women of power. I am humbled by the sacrifice that were made for me to stand before you today, and humbled by the realization of all that remains to be done. It is forums such as this that reminds us that there is still much work to be done.
And those 8 women tried to break down the barriers of entering a men's luncheon club and were not able to do so. So being resourceful and being women, they started meeting on their own, and here we are 51 years later. The men's luncheon club no longer exists. My apologies to the men in the audience. And the FWA has 1,000 members and puts on 100 events a year. And because we are the organization that really promotes women in financial services and advances the careers of women in financial services, I'm particularly proud to be here and want to, on behalf of the FWA, reach out to all of you, particularly women and men, to consider joining the FWA and look at us as a resource to help you along with your careers and your advancement to Wall Street.
So in addition to hope, we have to talk about public policy. We have to talk about the nuts and bolts. And we have to talk honestly about things like privilege, about whose we are, who we are, and where we are. We've been coming here for 11 years. I remember the first time we had Wall Street Project crowded into the top floor at the World Trade Center, was it? Not sure whether there would be enough seats for folk, not enough meals, because Reverend, as he always does, stepped out on faith and didn't know who was going to come and who was going to follow, and then looked up and found, as he always does, an overfull room, lots of ideas, and people who grabbed onto something whose time had come. Our economic conversation can not only be a conversation, although it must, of poverty. It also has to be a conversation about prosperity, and certainly about, as Reverend often says, the fourth symphony of the civil rights movement, access to capital.